Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia Season 6 episode number 9 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, oh boy, Gigantomachia is on the way to Shigaraki. To stop that, Momo takes up the leadership of a few of the students, and she uses anesthetics in a jar, trying to kind of hold Gigantomachia down, open his mouth up and throw it inside. So that's what they were trying. It was a solid plan, using Mudman to make the place slimy. Not only that, even Mount Lady came in trying to take out, like, kind of open up Gigantomachia's mouth, and like using Mineta's balls, they were able to kind of pull down his lower jaw, and a lot of things they did, but ultimately kind of failed because Darby and everyone else was also there, and yeah, it was a problem. So it failed. However, in the end, Ashido gets the chance to kind of get there and throw it in. However, she hesitates after realizing that Gigantomachia is the same person who she met before and who was she felt extremely scared of. So she hesitates, but Kirishima comes in and grabs it and puts it in his mouth. And yeah, I'm not sure if that worked. We'll see in this episode, hopefully. But the scene changes, and then we go with Shigaraki, and Shigaraki is struggling because obviously there's so many people or so many heroes just all together trying to stop him. And he decides to change his position, like, target to Aizawa, obviously, and he decides to do whatever he can to stop Aizawa's quirk. To do that, by the end of it, he shoots those bullets. I think deleter rounds. I think that's what they were called. And using his finger, like, completely, like, destroying Ryukyu's, like, hand, kind of piercing through it and shooting it towards Aizawa, and it hits him. Let's see what happens now. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Aizawa is going to lose his quirk here. And now what? Then Shigaraki is going to go crazy then. Let's see. All right, let's begin. This is episode number 9. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles in the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. God damn. Oh, yeah. Wait, what? Is he going to, like, cut off his leg or something? Oh my god! I guess he didn't even give it enough time to go in his system. So his quirk is still there. Oh. Wait, how can... He's strong. He is able to take off your leg like that. That's crazy. Damn. Wow. So... Oh boy. So his quirk is still there. That's good. I was wondering why he had his knife with him. I was like, why is he carrying a knife? And I remember seeing him even bring, again, like, before as well, bringing out his knife when he thought he was in danger. Obviously not for self-defense. I was like, what's he going to do with a knife? Like, I doubt he can stop Shigaraki with a knife. But makes sense. He had the knife so that he could take off his own body part, whichever gets affected by the deleter round. He's still looking at him. No, no, no. What? Okay, why? Why? What? Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, his eyes are fine, I think. But his skin. Oh! Oh no, is this quirk? I think his quirk is back. His eyes are closed. Oh boy. Mm. How's Cyrus' voice? I don't think that's a good idea. What's happening? Yeah, Gigantomachia. No. Oh my god. Yeah, it is Gigantomachia. My god. Yeah. Even if they were there, I doubt they can stop him. Oh my god, what? Yeah. Mm. Oh my god. Yeah. Uh, he was able to run away from that. Yeah, so it didn't work, I'm guessing. Like, I guess it wouldn't because it was like such a small dose. I doubt that would work. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Nigeria helped them. Oh no, that's Majestic. Oh, sorry, not Nigeria. Whoa. Oh my god. I don't know. Like, will it even work? I don't see that working. How could it's like a small little. Well, what else would he have done? Oh, great. Here we go. Just knock this guy out, please. All right. Ah, shut up. Okay, so oh god, his quirk is back, I guess. Hmm. Uh, yeah. Damn, it just melted that quick. So hot. Hmm. Yeah. Oh boy, he's pissed. Yeah. Whoa, who the hell was that? Who? What the? What's going on here? What? Oh, oh, kind of like. No, no, what's going on? It's been 4 months. Wait, so because he was brought out quicker? Yeah, the time has not. The time limit was brought before. Like he was. Yeah, his body cannot take care of it. Okay, I think that was perfect timing. Oh my god. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, come on. This is a perfect timing to get him. His recovery is not working. Wow. Float. Wait, is this Nana's? Yeah, this is Nana's quirk. Oh, she did he master it? Oh, I doubt he mastered it. He probably. Yeah. So he's using two of the quirks simultaneously. That's true. It'll be a problem. But can't he touch you and he can touch Deku and decay him? So he has to use his whips to attack him. I don't know, like keep a distance, I guess. So he have to use float. He has to use his whips. And people with long range attack can be helpful in this situation. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh boy. I don't think you can touch. Don't touch him. He's going to. I guess I don't know. What? What's up with the hairstyles? What's up with Deku? Oh, he. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Bakugo wins if he touches Deku without getting caught. That's oh yeah, that's true. You need that help. His hair looks so weird. Hmm. Swimming. Okay. Oh yeah, actually he can do that. Like Bakugo. Nice. Hmm. Okay. He'll help later. Okay, that. What's that gang work on it? Yeah, like they'll be like, how? Why does he have so many quirks? True. And now he'll start floating. Like everyone will be like, what's going on? Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Okay. You hesitated. It's not the time? Oh, I don't know yet. So he has suspicions. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Helping people comes from inside him. True. Not now. Like I yeah, like he said, Deku's not thinking about that now. He'll have a lot of times in the future to think about it. But like Bakugo said, he doesn't think about his own well-being. God damn. Yeah. Damn. Two and three more times. Yeah, he cannot use his powers anymore. Or his arms. Oh god, he's using his broken arms to fight. Yeah, yeah, quick. Okay, use his legs. Like, I don't know. He practiced using his legs. What is that? Oh my god. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like there should be someone who could support Deku, like, like in a. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Here we go. Position of motor. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. Move. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, this is really affecting him. His recovery. Alright, shut up. What the hell? Where is this guy? Oh my god. Great. Oh no. All for one took over him. Oh! What? What? Oh no! Did Bakugo shield it for him? Oh my god. Ugh. My god. Oh, this is changed. Hmm. All right, we said it. Yep. Okay, so there you go. This episode. Well, a lot of things happened. At the beginning, we were first thinking like, oh, like Aizawa's quirk will be taken away. Now, we all thought of that, but what happened was Aizawa just take out the knife and just cut off his leg as soon as the bullet hit his leg. Like, they need a little bit of time for the bullet to actually, I guess, whatever is in the bullet to spread throughout the whole body so that, the quirk could be taken away. So before that happened, he took off his leg so that it doesn't spread. So that's how he was able to protect his quirk. However, it didn't help much by the end of it because his main goal was to keep, like Shigaraki's quirk from being activated. And since he was able to take his leg off, he was like, his quirk was still there. But what happens after that is what makes Aizawa unable to continue is that Shigaraki breaks free of Deku, goes and almost like, like completely. I'm pretty sure his goal was to like, take his eyes out or something like that. But because Deku used his whip and restrained him still, he wasn't able to properly gouge out his eyes and ended up taking it in out a little bit of his skin. I think like in this part, Aizawa's this part kind of scratched it like that. So that's what happened. But obviously, after all of that, Aizawa wasn't continuing to be able to keep his eyes open, and he probably fell unconscious. Now, the positive thing about this whole thing is at least his quirk is still there. Like if the deleter round got him, then his quirks would have been gone. At least that's not what's happening here. His quirk is still there, and that's very very at least in the future, he'll be able to still help us out in our future mission. Like now in this mission, in this whole thing, he's out of commission, but in the future he'll still be able to help us, because if his quirk went away, that'll be a big loss, because his quirk is one of a kind. Like just being able to erase an enemy's quirk, however strong it is something that's extremely rare and extremely strong, overpowered. So yeah, thank God his quirk is still there. However, he is not in a good position. He's gone unconscious, and yeah, but at least he's injured, but he's safe. I think I'm sure he'll be back. But yeah, so there you go. That's what happened. And the problem now that we have to face is Shigaraki's quirk can be released now because Aizawa was not looking at him. So while all of this was happening, we kind of get to see the other part. The heroes are kind of don't know what's going on, and they're kind of thinking what to do. Uraraka, Suyu, everyone's like there, and they get news that a huge monster is going through different cities and destroying the different cities and coming towards like the particular direction Shigaraki is. And like that's what's happening. People are like the cities are getting destroyed, this and that, and it's chaosful. Now Momo and her group, they realize that yeah, the anesthetic didn't work. Now I'm still thinking like I don't know, will it work? Because I have heavy doubts. Like they're talking about like, oh, it's still not working, but they have faith that it will work later on. Like I don't know. I feel like that little amount, like if they chucked in like at least 10 to 20 bottles, I feel like then it might have worked. But like that one little bottle in that huge amount, like that huge mass of, like that like Gigantomachia. Yeah, I don't think it can, unless and until the anesthetic is extremely potent. Like it's like a one drop can completely knock like huge things cold. If that's how potent that anesthetic is, maybe it will work. but I don't know, like I'm not quite sure. Let's see, like, because yeah, because they had like so many, like, like they had made all the plans and everything revolved around that anesthetic, and they did so much things, like, everyone, like, tried so hard, like, so many characters got completely, like, worn down, beaten up, for them to actually administer that small amount of anesthetic into gigantomachia. But if it fails, if it doesn't work at all, everyone's effort will be in vain. Like, that's even more sad than this whole thing not working. But either way, we get to see a little bit of Tokoyami. Helped out Hawks and a few of the other researchers over there. He grabbed them and started flying so that Gigantomachia can get them. And like, Hawks is fine, they're fine. And yeah, now Momo is lamenting. Momo's like, we were nothing, we couldn't do anything. Like, Gigantomachia didn't even bother looking at us. We are safe because he didn't even register us as enemies. That's how insignificant we were. So she was like, yeah, like, all we did was everything for in vain. And she remembers all the other heroes, kind of the other pro heroes, taking over and, like, like, fighting and trying to stop Gigantomachia. Majestic was there, and a few others. I think Nejiro was also there. Was there? I'm not sure. Fatgum was there. A few others were there. And yeah, so don't know, like, what's going to. And now here we get to see Mineta kind of talking about, like, what weren't we screwed from the beginning, like, like, what would we have accomplished at all? Like, I don't think we accomplished anything. And yeah, but I don't know, like, yeah, like, I really can't say anything. Like, they did try to stop him and kind of slow him down a little bit so that the pro heroes can catch up. I guess that's one accomplishment they got. But yeah, other than that, this thing is too strong, it's impossible for. Yeah. Okay, now next we get to see Garaki again throwing a tantrum. He's like, like, look at that. He's, just like he always does, just boasting about how good, how amazing Gigantomachia and Shigaraki is, like, usual stuff that he says. And yeah, now here we get to see Shigaraki is again able to use his quirk. Deku is pissed off, and Shigaraki is like that's the thing. Like, Shigaraki could easily touch the ground and everything will just go decay, like, just decay, and it's crazy. His power is so overpowered in such a weird way. So okay, now here we get to see for a moment that Shigaraki's body is kind of tearing apart in itself. Now, obviously, the question is, why is that happening? So his super regeneration is not there, and all his powers, since it's all inside, kind of like Deku, it's taking its toll on the body. And, like, he's breaking apart, his body's breaking apart. The vessel is too small for that huge amount of power to be contained. So Shigaraki is, like, his body's like somewhere kind of cut apart like this. And another thing is, like, they brought him out quicker. They tried to complete the process quicker, like the time amount that he had to be in that state inside the thing, it wasn't over. They had to bring him out quicker. So that's why he's not properly accustomed to that amount of power. Because of that, his super regeneration is on halt. He cannot use it, and his body is struggling to keep up. This is the perfect timing, especially in a situation like this where he has his quirk back. This is the perfect timing to actually damage him, because the damage can actually, like, kind of get him, because he cannot regenerate. So now here we kind of see that they could take this opportunity. They could use his whip, and as soon as, like, Shigaraki was saying, like, like, it's okay, it's fine, like, even if I cannot, like, my super regeneration is not working, I can easily kill all of them by just touching the ground. If I just do that and I'll activate my decay, everyone just will get destroyed. So as soon as he thinks about it and tries to do it, Deku quickly realizes what he's trying to do, and he uses his whip and he starts floating. Now, it's so interesting to see that how both these quirks, like float and the black whip, how both these quirks work so perfectly, especially against Shigaraki. Like these two are the quirks that are definitely extremely needed to fight against Shigaraki, because if he has one of them, if he did not have the other one, it would not be possible. If he had the black whip and if he did not have the float, I doubt he would have done something like this. If he had the float and not the black whip, he couldn't do this. But since he had both of it, he was able to combine both of it, use the black whip to grab Shigaraki, and use float to float out of the ground so that he cannot come in contact with any solid object. And he's like in air, he cannot do anything. So yeah, like I was kind of wondering how is this black whip and the float going to like when and as we saw here float, I was thinking like, how are these pearls going to help Deku against Shigaraki? But now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I guess it can work. Not letting him touch the ground is a very good countermeasure against Shigaraki's work, which is decay. Now, okay, now here Deku, like uses the black whip to kind of keep him in one place, and is like using float to go towards him, pull him towards him using the black whip, hitting him, going at a distance again hitting him, and that's he's doing that continually to make Shigaraki to defeat him, because also his regeneration is not working, so this is like the perfect time to do that. Uh, So Bakugo's like, oh my god, like a Deku, you need to remember that his quirk is on full power now. He can use his quirk to take away your quirk. But obviously Deku's like, then even if I don't do it, who's going to stop him? Which is true, Like I don't think there's anyone in this group who has a method to stop Shigaraki. Only Deku, if you think about it, only Deku's quirks, these two quirks, the black whip and the float, are kind of the only things which are maybe capable of restraining Shigaraki, and at the same time not letting him touch any kind of solid objects. So in return, it will keep everyone else safe. It will help Shigaraki, like it will help to stop Shigaraki from activating his quirk. Like, yeah, I don't think there's like any other quirks that can work like this, especially specifically like Shigaraki. Like there's a lot of strong heroes here, but there's no heroes here who could probably do something that Deku is currently doing, that is just floating and using the black whip to keep in the middle of the guy. So Baku was thinking, like Baku was like, how can I help? Now here is where we get to see a little flashback of what happened when Deku was training for the black whip and the float. And they have called a few of the students, like Sero, Ura, Ochako, and Suyu. All three of them are here, and obviously they were chosen because all their quirks are kind of kind of similar to Deku's float and black whip, because like Sero's tape is very similar to Deku's black whip. Ochako's zero gravity is very similar to Deku's float, while Suyu, I guess you could also say Suyu's like frog-like abilities is kind of also similar to Deku's black whip. So that's why these three were chosen. Well, obviously Bakugo was helping them train. All Might was also there, and like I was kind of, I don't know, I was kind of what's that word? I was kind of surprised to see that no one asked them, and like no one was like, oh, like why are you trying to float? What's the, I guess they kind of talked about it, like when Ochako was like, but Deku always keeps floating, not floating but bouncing around like in mid-air. So that's when I guess I feel like they probably thought that because of that, because Deku always kind of jumps around using his legs and everything. That's why, yeah, that must be it. Yeah, I was wondering why are they not asking them that why are you trying to float? Because of that. They probably thought that since Deku always jumps around using his like full cowling and all that, that's why he's trying to keep his body steady in mid-air so that it can help. And obviously the black whip is also there, so that's why. So specifically they did not realize that he's actually training for another quirk, which is something different. All right, so okay, this was going on like Bakugo explains why Deku's head is like that, because because he kept on blasting Deku, because that was part of the training. And yeah, they kind of do a little bit of like a, they kind of squabble around, and then they're like, all right, let's start, let's start the training. And yeah, Ochako's teaching Deku how to keep his balance, in midair. And Suyu's helping. Oh, and Deku realizes that, oh, he can float, and at the same time he can use the, like the flick of the finger. I don't remember what its name is, the air force, that one, the air bullet, whatever it's called, to kind of force himself in a particular direction, just like Bakugo does, using his powers. So yeah, he's like, okay, I can do it like this. Now here we get to see a little conversation between Bakugo and All Might, and All Might talks about how, oh, Bakugo says like, how are you going to keep this, like, keep this hidden? Like, this is kind of going into very, like, like obvious territory. Like, definitely people will now ask, like, what's going on? Like, why does Deku have so many quirks? This and that, a lot of questions will come out. And it's interesting. I love the fact like how All Might explains it. It's like All Might gives like a very interesting explanation. Okay, where is that part where he talks about how not only villains are the ones looking for power? Where is that? Okay, here we go. It's not only evil people who want power. This is such a good line, because it's true, not only evil people want power, even people who are on our team, for example, like, I can think of a few scenarios which can probably affect Deku very negatively if everyone gets to know that he has multiple quirks and he can, like, do all of these things. He has All Might's power. Like, not only, obviously there's a lot of problem will come from the villain side. A lot of villains will start targeting him, like, that's not the problem here. Another problem that can strike here is that, first of all, the hero side, they can react very differently after getting this news. For example, a lot of heroes might try to keep Deku somewhere so that his quirk doesn't get used at all. They're gonna try to keep him safe, but at the same time limiting him from actually going out and fighting. They can do that. They can be like, oh, like, you're not going anywhere. You're to be protected. If your quirk falls into Shigaraki's hand, it'll be crazy. Like, that is true. Like, would you think they would allow Deku to come out in the front lines and fight like that if everyone realized that he had this type of a power? He'd probably, like, the upper, like, those like, big, like, what are they called, those big shots in the hero industry. They'll definitely try to stop him, and there'll be a lot of problems with that. Not only that, there might also be a few people from our side who might try to use Deku and his quirks for, for something like Hawks. Just take Hawks, for example. Like, obviously he and his organization, all that, like, the organization that is training Hawks and, like, putting him in these missions, they have the greater good in vision, but still what they're doing is doing shady stuff. So that might happen. They might try to take Deku into these type of situations and try to just use his quirk for the greater good, as they say. But like, it'll probably affect Deku and a lot of other people as well. So in that way, like, like, that's why All Might said here, like, it's not only evil people who want power. Even people from our side might try to use that power in many different ways, and that'll be a big problem, which I never actually thought about. Like, now that's All Might said that, I'm actually thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, that is true. Like, it's not only, like, other people who might use it, not only the villains who might try to take advantage of this. People from this side might also try. So true. And especially the hero society that, like, the hero society that is now, just like Stain has said, that nowadays heroes, the quality of heroes has gone down. Like, so many people are just using this as a, like, whole thing to get more money, and, like, manipulating people, this and that. Obviously the heroes that we see on screen, Stain is not talking about them. Like, most of them are good, but there are definitely so many people who take advantage of this whole hero thing to gain more money, manipulate people, and like, that's the hero society nowadays. So this hero society, especially in this type of a hero society, Deku will be in danger even from our side, not only from the villain side, even from this side as well. So true, I never actually thought about it. Like, good point, All Might. I never thought about this unless and until All Might mentioned it here. And yeah, but it is also true that very soon this whole secret is going to come out sooner or later, because everyone's suspecting him now. You can see that, you know, like the Eraserhead kind of found a little bit of suspicious. Endeavor was like, why the hell is he going for Deku, you know, like, you know, Shigaraki and that whole thing. So they'll probably, everyone's, this secret is going to come out very soon. So yeah, like, I'm not sure what's going to happen then, but I feel like Deku, you know, I feel like what's going to be perfect is after Deku is able to control all his quirks, then he comes and tells everyone. And then I doubt anyone can do anything to him. Anyone can force him to do something or something like that. And he'll be in full control of his power. And yeah, but before that, I'm not sure. It's a little bit risky, you know, coming out with this whole truth. Okay, so all right. Now after that, we get to see Bakugo kind of talk about where is that? Oh, Bakugo talks about the whole. I think the fourth candidate. No, even though the fifth and sixth and seventh had the records of the deaths recorded. Oh, for the fourth, there's nothing, like, you know, that part was scratched. I think that's what he said. Like, and he's like, and I think that you know something about it, so tell me. And All Might is like, I'm not sure about it. No, he has a little bit of suspicion, but he doesn't want to jump into conclusions without getting like a proper answer. And he wants to, like, you know, keep Deku, so he's not saying anything up still. Now Bakugo here talks about this. We're still in the flashback. Bakugo here talks about how Deku is different. He says, like, he doesn't think of himself at all, and he says that I'm sure that he's always been that way, and he's still like this now, that he can do more. That's always felt weird to me and made me want to stay away from him, but I couldn't understand my own weakness, so I put these thoughts aside, and bullied him. And it's so interesting to see that Bakugo is actually realizing his own mistakes, you know. Like, it is kind of, what can I say, like, you know, we got the scene of Bakugo and Deku kind of becoming friends in, what season was it, 3 or was it 4? I don't remember either. Like, it was probably 3 or 4, something like that. You know, the whole battle between Deku and Bakugo that happened, where Bakugo talks about how he you know, like, how he has he thinks and he blames himself for All Might's, like, that whole thing, losing his power. That one, you know, even though they became friends there, I love the fact that here in this, after so many, like, you know, episodes, we can see that this is the episode where Bakugo has actually understood everything and what his mistakes were. Like, in that episode in the previous season, he felt bad for the whole situation. He realized that what he has done is wrong. All that happened, but here in this episode we can see that Bakugo has actually understood what he has done wrong and what he shouldn't have done up until now, and he's trying to make amends for it, which is really good. You know, we can see how he has grown from that position to this. And he talks about how he never understood why Deku always, like, you know, move forward without even thinking about anything, and how, like, you know, his body started moving to help others, and how he never, like, you know, deep down inside, he doesn't take care of him enough, that he puts himself in danger for other people's good. He never got it up until now. He never realized why he did that. That's why he said, you know, like, I felt he was weird, that's why I shoved him away, I, like, you know, I bullied him, because I thought that he was different. That's why. And Bakugo says that he doesn't really know why he does that. It's so funny that in this episode he does the same thing in the end, Bakugo. And you could probably say, like, this is the beginning of Bakugo actually becoming a hero, because if you remember in season 1, episode 1, or was it 2? I think 1. No, it was 2, I think. Or was it 3? No, I don't remember. Anyways, the first few episodes where All Might told Deku one important word, a very big quality that all heroes need, you know, that, like, obviously you need to be strong, you need to be, you know, like, you need to be powerful, strong, what else, You need to be all those stuffs that heroes are, like, like courageous, brave, all that stuff. Obviously you need that, but those are not the important like, important things that a hero needs. There's like one important thing that all heroes need, is that what Deku, like, felt at that moment. His body started moving on its own, even without thinking about other people's, like safety, his own safety. Without thinking of his own safety, he jumped in for other people's safety. That's what a hero needs. And that's exactly when you realize, like, yeah, he's a hero, that person is a hero. You can say that Bakugo basically got that in this episode. At the 6th season, you can probably say Bakugo has started walking the path of a hero. And yeah, in this episode, I'm sure he'll be fine. Like, I think so, he'll be fine, because he did get, like, in his body pierced, but yeah, I think he's gone through worse. I'm sure he'll be fine, hopefully, because this is just the start. Like I said, this episode begins, like, marks the beginning of Bakugo's hero journey. This is the episode where he actually became a hero. You know, so yeah. Anyways, so I feel it'll be really weird if something happens to him, like, he loses his power or something like that. That'll be bad, I feel like. So I doubt that will happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, because this is the start, and if they take away his powers just at the start, that'll be crazy. Because, like, I'm kind of concerned about one thing. That was All Might who did that. Like, All Might has the power of taking away the quirk, so I'm kind of thinking, like, is his quirk's fine? Hopefully his quirk is fine. I don't know. And he's pretty injured as well, so let's see. Let's wait for the next episode. I'm sure I'll get my answer, and I'm sure he'll be fine. All right. Next we okay, that conversation happened, and okay, so now we are back to the original, like, battle, and we can see Deku is fighting Shigaraki like that, like getting him in the whip, pulling him towards him, punching, and, like, it's like continuing like that. Deku's hand is broken, and he remembers that the doctor said that if you use your powers like this multiple times, 2 or 3 more times, if you do it just like this, you're going to lose your hands. And that is the main reason why Deku started using his legs. But here we can see, to keep his, like, own, like, to keep floating and to keep his balance and everything, he needs to keep his legs okay. He cannot use his legs to fight. He cannot properly float, because this is like a new thing he's doing, like this whole floating thing. I feel like that's probably the reason. That's why he's not using his legs, he's actually using his hands again, because it's easier. But that's becoming a bigger problem here, like, like, because his hands are already broken, and he's still using that hand to fight. Now Shigaraki, we can also see that the damage is not only going for Deku, but Shigaraki is also getting enough damage. His healing, his regenerative power has stopped. So not stopped, but it's going, but it's not able to compensate the amount of damage that Deku is providing him. So the damage that Deku is providing to him is way past his own recovery speed. So it's dangerous. That's why Shigaraki is also thinking, like, oh my god, like, I need to do something. Like, what can I do to actually stop this type of a quirk? And while all of this was happening, Bakugo realizes the problem of the situation. The problem of the situation is that like, Deku won't be able to continue. It's like a battle of, like, who goes down first. And Deku is definitely going down first, because Shigaraki, whatever you say, he has his regenerative powers. Deku doesn't have that. So in front of him, Deku's surely to fall down, like, quicker. So Bakugo's like, what should we do? And he comes up with a plan. He's like, all right, like, like he makes a plan. He's like, I'm going to transport Endeavor. Todoroki will also help me to do that, and we'll take Endeavor to Shigaraki, and Endeavor is going to use his ultimate power to burn Endeavor, Shigaraki down. And that's what they plan, and that's what they start to do. And here Bakugo thinks about how All for One, no, wait, what? Just a minute. Yeah, even though One for All is some power that came from All for One, and he says, like, even if One for All is a cursed power, One for All is okay. What does he say? Yeah, okay, then we get to see Deku's like, like whole, I won't be useless anymore. I like my Deku means you can do it. Okay, I think this is where it happens. Yeah. Okay, Bakugo goes in, chugs in Endeavor. Endeavor goes and grabs Shigaraki. They move far away. Endeavor uses his flames and completely burns him. And here we can see that Shigaraki probably wouldn't be able to keep himself okay from that burn. However, since all for one comes out and takes control of his body, yeah, like Endeavor is down, and he's temporarily taken over Shigaraki's body, and he uses this weird thing. I don't know what that is. Some kind of a thing, like this. What's it called? I'm not quite sure. Like, it looks like some kind of a, some kind of a thing, like an extension of something. He uses that, and Bakugo quickly goes and covers for Deku. And here's where he says that my body, here we go, my body just moved on its own. And yeah, it pierced him multiple parts of his body, and Deku's okay. However, Bakugo's not. And like I said, this is the beginning of, you could say, Bakugo's becoming a hero. Like, as All Might said, a person becomes a hero when what Deku felt is what they feel. They want to help others, and their bodies start moving without even realizing what's happening, because they want to help someone. Even though, Bakugo helped out Deku, but he still did something heroic. So I guess this is the beginning of Bakugo becoming like a hero. Because whatever you say up until now, the way like Bakugo did think his intentions and everything, you cannot say that those were something that heroes do. Obviously, he has like a personal goal all the time, defeating Deku, and like he never really tried to save anyone, if you think about it. But here we can see that his body moving on his own, not because of some kind of a duty, not because, oh, because I'm a hero I have to go and save these people, not because of that, because he just purely wanted to help someone, and his body moved on its own. And that's where you become a true hero. And I guess you could say Bakugo became a true hero in this episode. So I hope he's fine, and hopefully he's fine in the next episode. One thing I'm kind of concerned about is the quirk erasing power. Like, if All Might takes not All Might, sorry, All for One takes away his quirk, that'll be kind of bad, because I think he can do that. So we'll see. But anyways, that's it, guys. So that was this episode. This is a crazy episode. So many things happened. First of all, the whole Eraserhead thing, then Gigantomachia wrecking a complete, like chaos. And not only that, we get the final section of Deku and Shigaraki fighting, and Shigaraki's body taken over by All for One, and Bakugo saving Deku. And yeah, so there you go. So that is it, and that's my reaction to episode number 9. Wait, what's this, 9? Yeah, episode number 9 of My Hero Academia season 6. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That's it, guys. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.